the weeds choke out the life that's in the good seed, or the seed is thrown on rocky ground and it takes root, but then soon it can't take enough root, and the sun comes out and it withers. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that some of the gospel and the messages that we have to say, it's just uncomfortable stuff. And one of the reasons why I like preaching through scriptures and preaching through the book is because I don't have to sift through it. If it's there, it's there. Luke has been writing this. Luke has written this book to a man by the name of Theophilus. He tells us why he writes the book, why he's doing this research. It's to convince Theophilus that the events and the stories regarding Jesus Christ, the Messiah, they're true, they're reliable, you can depend upon them. That makes the Word of God, in which we handle, in which we speak from, very important. You see, Dr. Luke is meticulous and detailed in this research because he wants to be sure that a true account is given. This, for Luke, an orderly account is concerned above all with persuasion. The reason he wants to put it in that order is because he wants to persuade and to convince. He has ordered the events of his narrative so as to bring out their significance to persuade Theophilus and us too, who is not so much concerned with the did it happen, but concerned with what happened and what does it all mean. So by providing a more complete accounting of Jesus in his significance, Luke hopes to encourage our active faith. I was teaching in a membership meeting yesterday, so folks who are interested in joining, becoming members here at Grace Church, and emphasizing the importance of the Scriptures. That when we gather here on Sundays, we open the Bible, we read from the Bible, look from the Bible. I just can't imagine going anywhere else. It's not that we don't have stories and anecdotes and that kind of thing, but folks, it's got to be from the Word of God. We're going to see quite a bit of Scripture today, but the fact is this. It's up to you and me to decide if the evidence is sufficient. We have to decide what we're going to do with Jesus. Whether he's someone that we can believe in and put our faith in, but we have to find out who he is. So, back in chapter 9 of Luke, Jesus was, well, actually in the first 9 chapters, Jesus was telling the birth of Jesus Christ. He was telling about his early ministry, his travel, his teaching. But in Luke chapter 9, verse 51, he says this: when the days drew near for him to be taken up, he set his face to go to Jerusalem. And from that time to this, there's been a very clear change in the tone and tenor of the message of Jesus. I don't know if you've caught it or not. I don't know if you've noticed how he's very focused, and he really isn't that concerned about whether or not we get offended and our feathers get ruffled. Because he's on his way to die. And this is something that we don't necessarily understand. But for Jesus, he has some things that need to be said. And he knows that his time is limited. And his face is now set in Jerusalem. It's not just a city for him before he's going to die. So let's just look at some things. I'm going to step back for a bit and do a bit of review before we come to the end of chapter 14. We'll finish chapter 14 next week and into chapter 15. And anyway, let's look back at chapter 12. And what I'm trying to do here is to paint you a brief picture of Jesus in the way Luke portrays him. Several years ago, I did a series of sermons on Jesus. And I remember putting up some pictures of different people's different perceptions of Jesus, and who he looked like and what he was and so forth. And there's the homeboy Jesus, and there's the businessman Jesus in the suit and tie and everything, and all these different perceptions. Well, let's see what Luke has to say, shall we? There's a little bit low. 2 or 3 weeks ago, I sprained my knee preaching. Can you believe that? I played soccer all my life. And I sprained my knee preaching on a pole night. It was just huge. I've ridden a bike for 3 weeks now. Every time I stand up for any length of time, my knee starts to swell. I'm thinking, God, what are you saying here? So I might take a seat every now and then, but that was a little comment. So Luke chapter 12, verses 1 through 3. Jesus says this, and his words are this. He says, many times, look there where it says, beware of the leaven of the Pharisees, which is hypocrisy. Nothing is covered up that will not be revealed, or hidden that will not be known. Therefore, whatever you have said in the dark shall be heard in the light, and what you have whispered in private rooms shall be proclaimed on the housetops. You see, folks, there is a huge pull in our human nature to appear better than we really are. There's this huge desire within us to have this perception by others that everything's fine and we're doing it. In fact, we're usually fairly good at lying when people say, well, how are things? How are you? I mean, maybe you are doing fine, but you're not going to tell somebody you're not, even if you're not, right? And I mean, I get it, okay? You don't want to be somebody who's spilling your guts every time somebody passes by and say, hey, how are you? Well, at least but we also have to be careful that we don't have this idea that we have a perception to keep. Mark Galli is the editor of Christianity Today. He's the author of the blog called The Galli Report. And he was talking about the virtue of failing on your New Year's resolutions. How are we doing?